legs and yanked her out. "Give me the syringe." He turned toward Matt and reached for it. Jeremy held the syringe's end between his teeth and pulled the protective cover off. He knelt by Rianne's side and sank the needle into her carotid artery. She lay motionless within seconds. "There, that should do it. Go on upstairs, bro. I got this." "Are you sure?" "Yeah, she won't give us any more trouble." Jeremy waited until he heard the upstairs door close before continuing. He had filled the syringe of xylazine with far more than he needed to knock Rianne out. Chances were she was already dead. He turned his head and gave a warning glare to the rest of the caged women. "There. Now you can sleep, and I don't want to hear a peep from any of you." Jeremy grabbed Rianne's lifeless arms and pulled her around the corner to the bathroom. He turned the bathtub's faucet to the hottest setting and waited. When the temperature was perfect, a scalding hot, sending steam to the room's ceiling, he closed the drain, stripped off her clothing, and rolled her into the tub. Her body scorched a brilliant red while he stared at her, watching for movement. When he saw none, he shrugged with satisfaction and walked out. Back around the corner at the bottom doors of the jelly cupboard, he pulled out everything else he needed. 2 bottles of bleach, rubber gloves, a roll of duct tape, and a plastic tarp were jammed under and in his arms and hands. He scowled at the other women when he heard someone whimper. "Don't try my patience." Jeremy returned to the bathroom and cracked the seal of the first bottle of bleach. He tipped the gallon bottle and emptied it over Rianne while she lay in the hot water. He left her like that for a few minutes, stewing in the scalding bleach water. He folded back the sleeve of his yellow rubber glove and checked the time. Another minute should do it. There was a method to Jeremy's madness, and his routine was always the same. He didn't vary from the process that seemed to work well for him. The women he killed never had evidence left on their bodies. The bleach destroyed all of that. He looked at his watch again. Here we go. He twisted the lid on the second bottle of bleach until the plastic seal cracked open with a turn of his wrist. He lifted the foil tab and threw it in the trash can. Jeremy sat on the edge of the bathtub and poured most of the bleach over her head. He stared at her for a moment, then lifted the chain attached to the drain plug. The water ran toward the drain and swirled down the hole like a small, forceful cyclone. He watched Rianne's chest. It didn't rise and fall. To make sure she was dead, he poured the remaining bleach from the second bottle down her throat. No gurgling or sputtering sounds. Good to go. That should quiet things down around here. With each corner of the tarp grasped between his fingers, he gave it a quick flick and draped it across the bathroom floor. His rubber gloves helped hold her firmly as he pulled Rianne's slippery body out of the tub and dropped her onto the tarp. He rolled her tightly in the plastic and secured it with duct tape. With a heave, he tossed Rianne's lifeless body over his shoulder, then exited the basement through the cellar doors that led upward and outside to the driveway. He shouldered the double wooden doors open and walked out into the dark night. The flicker of the porch light caught Jeremy's attention as he dropped Rianne into the back of the van. He slammed the doors closed and looked back in time to see the living room curtains flutter. He knew Matt was watching. Chapter 2. Here at the sheriff's department, we were still getting over our nightmare with Doug, the medical examiner, which had ended just 2 months ago. He was a sick man with demons that had plagued him for decades. None of us were aware of it until the end, when he was beyond help. Everyone had tried to make sense of it, but it was impossible. We later realized he had been sick for most of his life. The DNA results had confirmed that the bones we found in his basement, hidden behind a wall, belonged to his mother. He had murdered her years prior, and she was possibly his first victim. Doug had harmed my sister, Amber, and since her physical wounds had healed, I hoped her emotional ones had too. With that incident as a reminder of the dangerous people in all walks of life, and her determination, Amber would go forward with her goal of becoming an FBI profiler. I was certain she'd get there in record time. She had returned to work at